Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bayasha Dabadat, the house of David. This is Ayah Shatab with Men of Valor, Las Vegas camp, coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai with a quick lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying unto the body. All right? This is going to be in the book of Psalms, and it's going to be chapter 94, and starting at verse 20, and it reads, Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. All right? Once again, that's the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verses 20 and 21. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play this video.
Michigan judge has thrown out felony criminal charges against former state officials accused of playing key roles in the Flint water crisis. The ruling ends a criminal probe of Eden Wells and Nick Lyon, two former leaders of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services who faced 9 counts of involuntary manslaughter for failing to promptly report an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease, which killed 12 people and sickened dozens. Also avoiding prosecution are former cabinet members of Republican ex-governor Rick Snyder, who are accused of knowingly exposing Flint's residents to dangerous levels of lead in the water supply. Neera Sharif.
All right, as you've seen, these these devils, all right, are continuing to get away with murder, all right, across the board. All right, as it is said, 12 people have died. All right, but let's go ahead and pull these scripts. It wasn't meant to be a long lesson, just a eye-opener through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can understand who thy enemy is. All right, starting with Esau, Edom, as well as these other nations. Okay, this is going to be the book of Isaiah. It's going to be chapter 10 and verse 1. Salakia, and it reads, Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, the grievousness they have prescribed are these laws. All right, the laws that continue to put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and you speckled birds in a horrible case. Here it is. They knew about this from the beginning. All right, and they continue to let this thing go. And now they are being pardoned for their atrocities that they have committed. All right, unto you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds who look like the other nation. All right, but Father's line goes back to the nation of Israel, as well as their own people. Okay, this devil does not care all the way around. Verse 2, and it reads, book of Isaiah, chapter 10, and verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Right? And this devil has continuously robbed the fatherless and robbed the widows. All right? As many of these inner cities, all right, they're fatherless, widows, and of poor income. All right, and poor judgment. All right. Once again, I'm going to play this video again.
At our peril, she said. A Michigan judge has thrown out felony criminal charges against former state officials accused of playing key roles in the Flint water crisis. The ruling ends a criminal probe of Eden Wells and Nick Lyon, two former leaders of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services who faced 9 counts of involuntary manslaughter for failing to promptly report an outbreak of Legionnaire's disease, which killed 12 people and sickened dozens. Also avoiding prosecution are former cabinet members of Republican ex-governor Rick Snyder, who are accused of knowingly exposing Flint's residents to dangerous levels of lead in the water supply. Neera Sharif, a community organizer and director of Flint Rising, tweeted, "We have many people's lives that have been upended, including my own, and there are no consequences. Justice looks like someone going to jail, criminally accountable," she said. This follows a decision in June by Michigan's Supreme Court to throw out charges against the former governor, Rick Snyder, and other former officials for their complicity in Flint's public health emergency. Flint Rising organizer Melissa Mays spoke to Democracy Now! After that ruling.
No one is being held accountable. No one is seeing justice. No one is seeing reparations in Flint. Our homes, our bodies, our lives are still damaged and destroyed, and the people responsible are getting away with it because, like Naira said, they have rich white folk and government heads have a whole different justice system than the rest of us.
In Thailand, at least 35.
All right. Once again, as you've seen it, you've seen it in its entirety. Okay? In its entirety, you see exactly what they prescribe and what they get away with. Okay? This devil is not innocent. Not innocent by any means. Once again, I'm going to bring it out again. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94. Salakia. Chapter 94 and verse 20. And it reads, matter of fact, Salakia. 94 and verse 20, and it reads, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame mischief by law? They gather themselves together against the souls of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood." They condemn the innocent blood through their grievous laws. Okay? Here it is, Jake is asking for reparations, and the poor and the lonely people are asking for reparations and asking for something to be done. But as the woman clearly stated, hey, they have their own laws, okay? And she pointed out the devil, even though she may be one of them, okay? I've got a couple more scripts, and then go ahead and close out. All right, this is going to be the book of Isaiah, and it's going to be chapter 40, and I'm going to start at verse 2. And it reads, "Speak ye comfortable unto Jerusalem, and cry unto her, and her welfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she hath received of Yahweh, Yahweh's hands double of all sin, of all her sins." All right, here it is. We are at an end. All right, as you're hearing these wars and rumors of wars, what Biden said about Putin turning up. All right, this thing, and this third woe is coming quickly. All right, we have a couple of more prophecies. The MOTB. All right, brothers being martyrs for the truth, believing on the testimony of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and its fullness and in its entirety. Okay, continuing on, verse 3, and it reads, "The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of Yahweh, make straight the desert, the desert a highway for our power." All right, and this is what we're doing. We're crying unto Yahweh Yahushai that we may find deliverance, that this thing almost be over. All right, that this system of Babylon collapse. Okay, verse 4, "Every valley shall exalt." Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low. All right, and this is what Yahushai is doing. He is systematically breaking. They're systematically breaking down this system of this devil. Okay, so that it cannot rise or stand again. All right, so he is justified for doing all the wondrous works and the recompense that he has coming on this whore. All right, Babylon, a.k.a. America, a.k.a. Sodom and Gomorrah, a.k.a. Rome 2.0, okay, a.k.a. Egypt. Continuing on, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 40, starting at the break of verse 4, "And the crooked shall be made straight, and the rough places plain." All right, so Yahushai is going to make this place straight. and make it plain. Okay? Return righteousness and glory unto, first and foremost, his elect, the 144,000, and the multitude of the 1/3, and then the rest of the nation of Israel after the 2/3 learn death by pain. Okay? Verse 5, and it reads, and the glory of Yahweh shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of Yahweh hath spoken it. All right? Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has spoken it. That all the glory and everything that we will not have to deal with this abominations anymore. All right? You're starting to see prophecy unfold more and more and more. All right? So be circumspect. Pay attention. And, hey, stay prayed up. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening with 144% sincerity. Till the next time, I say Shalom, Wad Abal Babal, Kom Yasharallah. Shalom.
Exposing Flint's residents to dangerous levels of lead in the water supply. Neera Sharif, a community organizer and director of Flint Rising, tweeted, "We have many people's lives that have been upended, including my own, and there are no consequences. Justice looks like someone going to jail, criminally accountable," she said. This follows a decision in June by Michigan Supreme Court to throw out charges against the former governor, Rick Snyder, and other former officials for their complicity in Flint's public health emergency. Flint Rising organizer Melissa Mays spoke to Democracy Now! After that ruling.
No one is being held accountable. No one is seeing justice. No one is seeing reparations in Flint. Our homes, our bodies, our lives are still damaged and destroyed, and the people responsible are getting away with it because, like Naira said,